I was going to say I was missing one child, and here she is. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful Sabbath day, isn't it? My story is about a schoolroom. The teacher is Miss Helen, and the third and fourth grade have to be in one room because the school is small, and there's not too many children. Well, Miss Helen was talking to the students about creation, and she brought a cardboard box, and in the cardboard box was this worm. There's green leaves in there so the worm can have something to eat, and the students got to go up there and look at the worm. Well, this wasn't there then, but there was a twig in there, and the teacher said, I want you to check that worm every day. It was a fuzzy one. And so, true to form, the children, every time they came in from day to day, they would look in the box, and they wouldn't see any difference. So finally, the teacher said, well, let's leave the worm alone for a while. And so one of the students happened to peek in a week later, and it looked real ugly. It looked brown and dried, and then it was doing something with its body. It was wrapping its body in something. And then it had climbed on the twig. Now, this is rather big, but it was the cocoon that it made, it attached itself to the limb, wasn't quite this big, but you can see it better. And you know what? She also said that God created man in his own image. Created he them. So you are created in the image of God, and you and you. But you know, there's some people that think they are this lion. It says, I am king. Well, he might be king of the beasts, but there's other kings in the animal kingdom. There's the big elephant, vegetarian. This man eats flesh. He kills animals. No, he doesn't do the killing. You know who does it? His partner, you might say his wife, goes out and hunts, and he locates it, and his partner, the female, goes out and catches the animal and brings it back to the king of the beasts. But you know, in God's other creation, we have kings of the forest, kings of the fishes, kings of the birds, and we have kings of the butterflies. Now, the king of the birds, what kind of bird do you think would be the best bird to recognize as a king in that kingdom? A what? An eagle? Oh, okay, that's true. He's a symbol of America. We use that as a symbol in America for the United States. Can you think of another bird? An eagle is strong and he's very aggressive. Okay, can you think of another bird that's big?
A flamingo.
A flamingo, that's right. And then there's still another one. Can you think of another one? Well, we have the great big swans. They're beautiful creatures. And all right, what kind of a tree would you think would be the king of the trees? Huh? Cottonwood? Well, you. Okay, someone is saying redwood. The sequoia trees. They are some of the oldest trees that we have. We're up in California. And then I've been in Texas a lot. My husband and I used to go in Texas a lot in the winter. And we even saw huge redwood forest on top of this one mountain. And the trees were just laid down and they were all turning to sawdust and stuff. But it was very interesting. Now, do we have kings in the human world?
Jesus.
Jesus is our king. Isn't that beautiful? Yes. Now we used to have a king in England, didn't we? In some of the other countries, they have kings and queens. Okay. Do you think you're a queen? Do you think you're a king? How about you? No, what do you have to be a king of something or a queen of something? All right. He said, but anyway, if we think we're so great, and but I heard a song on 3ABN the other day, and the children were singing, God is so great, and he is, isn't he? He has given us all these beautiful things. Well, it was pet day. I got to get back to the story. It was pet day in Helen's class. Some brought a tarantula in a little cage. Someone brought a little puppy dog, a kitty, turtles. I love little turtles. They're cute. And see, what did they bring? Oh, and one wanted to bring his pet canary, but it had a cold. And so the mother says he couldn't bring the pet canary.
What's a canary?
What?
What's a canary?
What is a canary?
Yes.
It's a bird. It's a bird that sings pretty music. All right. Now the teacher said, have you looked in the cardboard box lately? And the students looked at one another. They forgot all about the cardboard box. But you know what? The cardboard box was different this time. There was an opening in the bottom of this cocoon. And there was something trying to get out of that cocoon. It had made a big enough hole so it could come out. And then the teacher says, all right, let's just watch the cocoon. And we won't study until we get through with it. And they watched the butterfly come out, and it hung onto the stick right down in here. And then it was sort of wet looking, and then pretty soon it was drying off, and one little wing went up this way, and one other one went up that way. And pretty soon the little butterfly, it was a little green one, was moving its wings up and down. And then it got real brave, and it started flying around the room. And the teacher says, hurry up and open a window. And so when the window was open, the butterfly made one more turn around, and it could smell the fresh air or feel it. And then the second turn around, it flew out the window. Then everybody says, goodbye, friend. And see, God does beautiful things in nature, doesn't he? From a silky worm to a butterfly. And I think this is a butterfly picture that I saw. This is an old calendar. Isn't that beautiful? God made many beautiful creatures in the butterflies, beautiful colors. And then he also gave us that. And what is that? It's fruit, yes. He gave us the beautiful fruit. And can you imagine Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden? All these fruits were there. And the Lord says you can eat it all, except for the one tree. That's another story. But God gave us beautiful things, didn't he? He gave Adam and Eve beautiful things. And you have beautiful things around your home if you just take time to look at them. Go outside and just sit there in the backyard once. You see little butterflies, and maybe you might see a bumblebee or something like that. Or you see the birds. And if you're wise, you'll have a little bird feeder in your backyard. So anyway, with all these beautiful creatures, we can say, Lord, you are the King of the universe, can't we? He created us, he made us in our image, and he loves us. And he wants to take us to heaven, doesn't he? Amen. Do you want to go to heaven? Yes. Do you? All right, thank you. And so we all want to be there. And the Lord requires things of us so we can go to heaven. He says we should love him with all our hearts. Can you do that? All right, let's try to love Jesus with all our hearts this week.